Hi, this is the second video in a series about using pallet wood as shingles and siding. Now in the first video I talked about the quickest way to remove the wood from the pallet, and you can watch that video here. But in this video I'm specifically talking about how to install the shingles and siding. Let's get to work. I need to know how many courses of shingles or siding it's going to take to cover the distance on the wall or the roof. Here's how I do that. Now let's imagine that the height of that wall is 10 feet. What I do is I lay a tape measure out at 10 feet, and then I bring in some shingles. In the last video I mentioned I cut them between 12 and 14 inches. In this case, they're 12 inches. And then I lay them out on 10 feet to see what the overlap should be. So I'll start with, say, an inch. All right, so it seems like an inch isn't quite enough. I'm a little bit shy on the 10 feet, so I'm going to bump it up to, say, an inch and an eighth. Okay, so an inch and an eighth hits it dead on. So now I know I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 courses to cover the side of that wall. So here's how I lay it out on the wall. Now in the case of a roof, that layout of say 10 feet, we're basically done, because what we would do is we would put our shingle down, and then we would, a lot of times what I'll do is I will nail down a shingle, and then I'll go through and I'll nail down that first course and make sure it's level. I'll set a level upon it as I go along. And then I will take either a chalk line or just a pencil and a T-square, and I will mark an inch and an eighth all the way across that whole course. And then all I have to do is set that roof down like that. And then you know what your distances are, and you can work your way up the roof. Now, in the case of a wall, there is a unique problem that presents itself, and that is you come to a corner and, well, they don't meet. There's a gap. Here's how I solve that. What I do is I add a little kick at the bottom of the wall so that the shingle automatically has a taper to it. Now it should go without saying that whether this is a roof or this is a wall, there needs to be some kind of a moisture barrier between the shingle and the structure. So if it's a roof, it's probably likely something like tar paper. And if it's a wall, it's something like house wrap. But there always has to be some kind of a moisture barrier in between the structure and the siding or the shingle. Now, when it comes to meeting at corners with shingles, you're gonna shingle the entire side on both ends. So if you're facing the structure, the front of the structure, you're not gonna put shingles on yet. You're gonna do the sides, left and right sides. And in this instance, I'm gonna start here. You're gonna always do the sides so that they're flush to the front of the structure. They don't stick out. Obviously, the more nails you use, the more permanent the shingle will become, and the less amount of wiggling it will do over time. You know, it'll be less inclined to warp. And then what I would do is I would shingle this entire side. I would lay the shingles down. I would mark a line all the way down them, or snap a line, whatever works for you. Snap a chalk line. You know, we were talking about the inch and an eighth as an example. So then I would mark an inch and an eighth all the way across that course, and I would nail them all down, and then that line would mark the bottom of where the next course of shingles would go. So imagine I marked it. That's an inch and an eighth, for example. All right, there you have it. So now imagine this entire wall is shingled and the front of the building has not been. So what you'll do is you'll take your front shingles and they will overlap and line up with the bottom of each course. And make sure, what you'll need to do is you'll need to run a level across the top of that to make sure that they're level. And then here's what I do. Once I know it's level and marked off, I mark the angle as to the difference that's sticking out. that's how you do a corner. So there you have it. That's how I install pallet wood shingles and siding on my outbuildings on my property. I probably created more questions than answers, but hey, that comes with the territory. So if you do have more questions, leave them in the comments below, and if there's a specific topic that kind of rises to the surface, I'll make a video about that. Thank you for all 3 people that made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you next time. If you like this video, you might like these.